You say that I'm psychotic, but then you like it like that. It's like every time the conversation changes, and I want you right back, right back. You say that I'm hypnotic, and that I caught you like that. It's like every time I walk into the room, you know you want what I have, I have. Turn it on, turn it off, can't tell if I love you right back. Moving in, moving on. Turn it on, turn it off, can't tell
Woo rider, woo rider, woo rider. Woo rider, woo rider. Check, check, check. Woo rider. Scully. There she is. Broska TWP. TWP. Sound check. Hey, sweet and low. How you doing? Good age, good age, good age. Chiefs in the house, Chiefs mixed bag. Boom, chicka, raw. New York gal, New York gal. Shonda, Wow, Shonda, good age, good age. Turn that music down a little bit. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm Scully Paul, your host, the author that reads. You ready? You ready, Khadija? It's time to relax. Scuss, 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 scuss. Sound check, 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 check. Chicka, 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 chicka. Scuss, 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 scuss. Woo rider, woo rider, woo rider. Hello. Let's see up there. I missed somebody. Hey, David. Good evening. Let's see. Let me scroll back. Mom of 4 boys. There you are. There you are. Hey, how you doing this evening? It's Carolina Kind Family Homestead. Carolina Kind Family Homestead. Hey, Joe. Specs Appeal in the house. How you doing? Crafty Witch, welcome. I'll catch the replay. Yeah, I got a little short story I'm going to read to you tonight. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite drink and snack. Pour you a stiff one or smoke them if you got them. Hey, Susanna. Susanna, Susanna, Dave's not here. David, tingle. Sounds good. Yeah, some of the new art there for your viewing pleasure. Khadija, tingle. Tongue clicking. I think my mouth's feeling pretty good, guys. Not too bad. Healing up well. I took my last antibiotic this morning. Stomach's holding up well. Might have put a few pounds on the past few days. Scully Pod, where the entertainment doesn't stop. I read my novels. I've written a few. Other works in the public domain and submissions from people like you. Tonight we're going to read a little time travel story about a couple who has an autistic child that they take care of. And father's a brilliant man. He figures out how to travel in time. Decides to go into the future and come back. So he can be the same age as his son and take care of him. Well, there's little twins. I assume we're sounding pretty good. Good evening, Mr. Stony Baker, MD. Welcome, sir. It's our Stony Baker emoji. As if y'all don't know, our moderators have their own emojis. We are maxed out with moderation right now. Khadija. Brain tingles begin. Stony saying hey to popcorn. And this is our popcorn emoji. Oh yeah, feeling good. Feeling all right. Feeling good. Khadija's got her some popcorn. You didn't get you a Marie Callender pie today? All crisped up on the edges. The bud files. How's my voice sound? Tingle. Tingle. Ska. Okay. Y'all ready to have a good time tonight? Relax. I know Khadija's been working hard over there at her channel. She needs a break. David, how you been doing? Bud Files been putting out their regular show. Stoney's live about every day. You can catch Izzy about every other day on her live streams. Check. Susanna. My Chief Mixed Bag coming right along with his channel. And TWP Popcorn, he's busy. Rider. Hey, Blind Neil, welcome to the show. Y'all put a 1010 in the chat. Let me know that you're here. That's our number down over here. And we've got a whole host of emojis for your viewing pleasure. Scully Pop. That's an old overlay that I made. I don't know, it's been almost 2 years now. Super wow. Blaster. $1 billion. 0 calories. Doing the vertical gets me a lot of highlights. So y'all getting a lot of bell ringing. I hear no bell. Don't you love when you enter a chat, say hi, and then you buffer for 5 minutes. All your love, all your soul, all of your heart, put everything into it. All right, getting the party started. Leave your coat at the concierge. It'll be there waiting for you after the show. Khadija. Tingle. Izzy, Scud. Tingles for Izzy, tingle, pop, tingle. Hey, tingle, pop. All right, Blood Dragoon, welcome. Come on in, moderator extraordinaire, Blood Dragoon. The blood dragon, the blood. Well, there's one right there. What's going on? Oh, we're getting the Scully show going. Okay. Scully Pop. Okay. Blood Dragoon member for 13 months. Tinkle. Hey, Jim. Jim's cooks fires. Scully lead. Pop. Tingle. Welcome in, Jim. Tingle. Jimmer Scud. I say, I spot my tea. The Bigelow brand oil of bergamot tea promotes serotonin and serotonin release. You're late. I've been watching Dexter. TWP. Khadija. All things pink and possible. Ting. Scully. tingle, 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 tingle. Kitty. Hey, mama girl, you stretching. You relaxing. It's time to relax. Kick back, relax. Listen to the sound of my voice. Tingle, tingle, tingle. Mr. A, Mr. A, Mr. A, Mr. A, Mr. A. David Chen's fingers trembled as he adjusted the collar of his shirt in the bedroom mirror. Behind him, reflected in the glass, Maria sat on their bed, her dark hair streaked with early gray, hands clasped so tightly her knuckles had gone white. Neither of them looked at the packed suitcase by the door. It's 145 and 145. We can find another way, she whispered, though they both knew they'd exhausted every alternative over the past 3 months. From down the hall came the familiar sound. Marcus's pencil scratching against paper, working through another complex mathematical proof. Their 20-year-old son had been at it for 6 hours straight. Same way he'd done every Saturday for the past 12 years. Sound becomes as much a part of their home as their own heartbeat. David turned from the mirror. It's hard to believe they can't pinpoint a disease like this down to the last moment. I don't know how they can do that. The early onset symptoms will get worse. We both know what the neurologist said. By the time I return from the future, you'll no longer be able to care for Marcus. Maria stood, crossing to their bedroom window that overlooked the university's quantum physics lab where David had spent the past decade perfecting his temporal displacement theory. It was supposed to be theoretical, just another paper for the department to publish. Theory became reality the moment we realized Marcus would need care long after. David's voice called. He crossed the room and took her hand, noting how his wedding ring caught the morning light. In a few hours, he'd be wearing it 30 years into the future. A soft knock at their door made them both turn. Marcus stood in the doorway, tall and gangly, his dark eyes fixed on a point just above their heads. His way of showing he was paying attention without making eye contact. The quantum calculations indicate a 97.83% probability of successful disporal displacement, he said. I verified them 3 times, dear. He held out several pages of dense mathematical calculations, equations that even David, with his PhD in quantum physics, had to study carefully to follow. Welcome, Carolina. Good to see you. That's beats. Firefly tingles. Khadija, you still out there, darling? Maria crossed to their son and gently took the papers, setting them aside. Thank you, Marcus. Would you like to help your father carry a suitcase to the car? Marcus's fingers fluttered at his sides, his way of processing emotional situations with his autism. You'll be exactly my age when you return, he said to David. 30 years forward means you'll age to 50 years and 2 months old. We'll be chronological equals. David swallowed hard. That's right, son, and I'll be here to take care of you when... He glanced at Maria, who turned back to the window, her shoulders tight. When Mom can't anymore, Marcus finished, displaying his characteristic directness. Because of the neurological deterioration. The pencil scratching from Marcus's room had stopped for the first time that morning. The silence felt heavy, pregnant with the weight of their decision. David picked up his suitcase. Act light, since nothing he owned would still be in fashion 30 years from now, and gestured to his son. Let's head to the lab. Your mother and I just need a moment. Marcus nodded and took the suitcase, his movements precise as he headed down the hallway. They listened to his careful footsteps on the stairs. Alone again, David pulled Maria into his arms. She smelled of lavender. Same perfume she wore when they first met in graduate school. He tried to memorize everything about this moment. The warmth of her body, the texture of her hair against his cheek, the sound of her breathing. 30 years, she whispered against his chest. I'll be in my 80s when you return. And I'll still love you just as much as I do right now. Every line, every gray hair, they'll be beautiful to me because they'll tell the story of your sacrifice for our son. Maria pulled back just enough to look into his eyes. Promise me something, anything. When you arrive, when you see me, remember that every day of those 30 years, I've been loving you, missing you, waiting for you to return. David kissed her then, trying to pour 3 decades worth of love into a single moment. When they parted, both of their faces were wet with tears. Good evening, Yankee Kyle. Welcome. The sound of Marcus calling up the stairs broke their embrace. Dad, the temporal displacement window opens in 22 minutes. David squeezed Maria's hand one last time. I'll see you soon, he said, knowing it would be both true and false, soon for him, a lifetime for her. As they walked downstairs together, neither of them noticed the black sedan parked across the street, its tinted windows concealing the camera that recorded their every move. Nor did they see the woman in the back seat speaking quietly into a phone. Subject is proceeding as predicted. Initiate 30-year surveillance protocol. The Chilling Project has begun. Chapter 1. Stony Baker empty. TWP. Good to see you, everybody. Carolina Khan, Family Homestead, Khadija, Firefly, Chief, Stony Izzy, Jim, Yankee Kyle, S Beats. It's the NDT show. Hey, buddy. What's up, Nathan? It's the NDT show, as he says. Or something like that. I can't do it quite like him. I man up and haul out tears when I watch Bell telephone commercials. It's a pretty good story here. This guy's going into the future, you know, so he can come back and take care of his autistic kid. And when he gets back, he'll be the same age as his son. They'll be the age of 50. And his wife will be in her 80s. Can you hear me now? I suppose we can. How you doing, Nathan? What's up? So glad everybody could join us for a good story tonight. Believe me, I know who's working hard out there with their channels, so I appreciate you coming in. Some of the new art I made in Leonardo today. Running an older overlay in the background and putting those on random, so I don't know what we're going to listen to as we read. It's a surprise to me often. It's good to see you too, Carolina. Tell you what, I'm feeling pretty good, y'all. My tooth almost filled up. Hopefully my mouth will last. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. But I had my first Marie Callender pot pie last night, and that's 935 calories. Yeah, you pushing those watch hours, man. Yeah, I know it's so hard to keep up with that. We'll make sure, Izzy and I'll make sure we run your list and stuff. So she'll make a mental note of that for me. We definitely want to keep everybody tight in the community if possible. We'll go ahead and read another chapter here before I take a break. So yeah, Izzy's dropping a lot of links out there for the channel. Hey DJ, welcome. We got a pretty good membership base going right now. You get special emojis and badges by your name and some backdoor content from time to time. Good evening, New York gal. I know, right? He got his teeth fixed. Dennis was like, "You want me to pull him, Skeeter?" Now, this is good stuff to read too. The quantum physics lab hummed with an energy that made the hair on David's arms stand on end. He stood in the center of what his team had dubbed the temporal displacement chamber. Though to an outsider, it would have looked like nothing more than a ring of sophisticated computers surrounding a simple metal platform. Marcus moved from screen to screen, his fingers flying over keyboards as he verified calculations one final time. The familiar sight of his son lost in numbers almost made David smile, till he caught sight of Maria standing behind the safety barrier. She hadn't stopped watching him since they'd arrived, as if trying to memorize his face. "Quantum alignment at optimal levels," Marcus announced, his voice echoing in the chamber. "Temporal coordinates locked for April 15, 2054, 9:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time." He paused, then added with characteristic precision, 7 minutes from now, plus 30 years. Dr. Sarah Williams, David's research partner and the only other person they trusted with today's experiment, stepped forward. "David, the temporal stability window will only last for 40 seconds. Once the field generates, you'll need to remain absolutely still. Any movement could cause a catastrophic collapse of the quantum field, resulting in molecular dispersion," Marcus finished. "I calculated that the probability of success drops by 12.4% with each centimeter of unnecessary movement." David nodded, swallowing hard. He looked down at his simple clothing, jeans, a black t-shirt, and sturdy boots. Everything chosen to be as timeless as possible. His wedding ring caught the fluorescent light, and he twisted it once, a nervous habit. "All personnel clear the containment area," Sarah announced, her voice professional despite the tears in her eyes. She'd been there when they first discovered the temporal displacement possibilities. It helped them keep it secret when they realized what it could mean for Marcus's future care. Maria stepped forward. "Wait! The protocols!" "Screw the protocols," Sarah said softly and nodded for her to go to him. Maria rushed forward and threw her arms around David. He held her tight, breathing in her lavender scent one last time. "Remember, every single day." "Mom," Marcus called out, his voice tense, "the quantum field is beginning to fluctuate. You need to move behind the barrier now, please." Please is what did it. Marcus rarely used social niceties unless he was genuinely distressed. Maria pulled back, touched David's face once more, hurried back behind the banner. Initiating temporal field in 10 seconds. David closed his eyes. In his mind, he saw Marcus as a baby. They first noticed he was different. Maria dancing in their kitchen last Christmas. The son's first successful mathematical proof. The diagnosis 3 months ago that had led them here. 5 seconds. He opened his eyes, fixed them on his family. Maria's tears. Marcus's intense focus on the screens, his fingers fluttering at his sides. 3. The air began to crackle. 2. Blue light emanated from the floor surrounding him. 1. The world stretched, twisted, became a tunnel of light and sound and sensation. David felt his body elongate, compress, expand. Colors he had no names for exploded behind his eyes. His ears filled with a sound like 1,000 orchestras playing at once. Then nothing. The void lasted an eternity, or maybe a microsecond. Light slammed back into existence. David gasped, his lungs burning as if he'd been holding his breath forever. Stumbled, caught himself. And the lab looked wrong. Computers were gone, replaced by sleek holographic displays. The walls were a different color, and he felt heavy, different. His hands looked older, skin less tall and fine lines he didn't recognize. None of that mattered when he saw her. Maria stood behind a different safety barrier. Her hair pure white, face matte with decades of lines. She leaned heavily on a cane, but her eyes, her eyes were exactly the same. High on the side stood a man in his 50s that David didn't recognize at first, till he saw the way his fingers fluttered at his sides. Marcus, his son, now exactly his age. Dad, Marcus said, his voice deeper but with that same precise cadence. You've arrived exactly on schedule. Welcome to 2054. Sound of multiple doors bursting open echoed through the lab. Men in black tactical gear poured in from every entrance, weapons raised. David Chin, the voices of a woman cut through the chaos. High heels clicked against the floor as he emerged from behind the guards. Right on schedule. We've been waiting a very long time for this moment. She smiled, all teeth and predatory intent. I believe you have something we need. Or should I say, someone? Behind her, David saw Maria's face crumple in despair. She mouthed a single word, sorry. The woman stepped forward, extending her hand. I'm Eleanor Voss, CEO of Kronos Industries, and we have so very much to discuss about your son's unique abilities. The tactical team moved to surround the temporal displacement platform. David's heart hammered in his chest as he realized this wasn't a homecoming. It was a trap. And he just walked into it 30 years too late to stop it. Chapter 2. Good evening, Lucy. How you doing? Reading a new story that I wrote about time travel. Tingle, 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 tingle. take a little quick break and put on some Ice and Fire, if you don't mind. All right. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Let's see. Get that stream back there. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you. Like that chat count's going haywire. Isn't that crazy? Let's read. Let's read. Play that overlay. Seems like it does the same random plays. You go with that, I guess. Trying to get back on the swing of things over here. Yeah, I got a bunch of new library overlays. Pretty cool. I made those today. Oh. Fire's getting wrapped around me. Lucy Pop. Lucy Pop. Could he just go? Try to keep my face in front of me when I read. I turn my head and read, it kind of hurts my mouth. David screamed as the tactical team forced him to his knees. Through the ring of armed men, he could see Maria struggling against Marcus's gentle, restraining hold. His son's face a mask of concentration as he processed the chaos around him. Careful with him, Eleanor Voss said, her heels clicking on the laboratory floor as she circled David. We've been waiting 30 years for this moment. We wouldn't want any accidents. She paused, studying him with clinical interest, as someone examining a lab specimen. Fascinating. Temporal aging process appears completely stable. Your theories were correct, Dr. Chen, as they always are. What do you want? David's voice came out rougher than he remembered. Mom, his cortisol levels are elevating. Marcus called out, his analytical mind still processing data even in crisis. Should I tell him about silence? Eleanor snapped, but not before David caught the meaningful look that passed between his wife and son. Mrs. Chen, please control your son. We wouldn't want him to share anything premature. Maria's aged hands trembled as she gripped her cane. David, I'm so sorry. They've been watching us since Marcus was 12. Since the day he solved the quantum uncertainty equations left on your desk. David's mind raced. Those equations had been the foundation of his temporal displacement theory. He'd spent years working them out, and Marcus had solved them over breakfast one morning, correcting 3 crucial errors in the process. It had been their first indication that their son's mathematical abilities went far beyond simple autism. Let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. The blue light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Sunny pop, sunny pop. Quite a day that was, Eleanor said, perching elegantly on the edge of a desk. Imagine our surprise when our quantum computing division's AI lacked a mathematical solution. It should have been impossible. We investigated, of course. Found this brilliant young man who could conceptualize time itself as mathematical construct. She smiled. And then we discovered his father was already working on it. It was serendipitous. Serendipitous implies a random positive occurrence, Marcus corrected, his voice tight. Your surveillance was intentional and sustained. You used Mom's diagnosis to... He stopped abruptly as one of the guards shifted his weapon. Hey, Eat to Live Strong. Welcome to the show, SDA Clips. Welcome, welcome. David looked at his son, really looked at him. 50 years old now, dressed in clothes that seemed carefully chosen to be unremarkable. There was gray at his temples, lines around his eyes, but his fingers still fluttered at his sides, counting prime numbers to self-soothe, just as he had since childhood. For 30 years, Maria said softly. They've been watching, waiting, building their manipulation program, using Marcus's insights. But they needed you, David. They needed the practical application to complement his theoretical framework. I tried to warn you last week with you. The symptoms were getting worse. I couldn't remember the signs I'd seen, couldn't piece it together in time. Eleanor stood, brushing an invisible speck from her immaculate suit. You'll find, Dr. Chen, that quite a lot has changed in 30 years. Kronos Industries now controls most of the world's quantum computing resources. We've developed predictive algorithms that would seem like magic to your 2024 perspective. The time travel. She spread her hands. That's been elusive until now. The equations are wrong, Marcus said suddenly. In the temporal displacement matrix, I gave them incorrect variables on purpose. For 30 years, I've been giving them calculations that are precisely 0.003% off from true temporal alignment. Eleanor's face faltered for the first time. What? Marcus, Maria breathed, hope and fear mingling in her voice. I knew Dad would come home today. I've always known. The math told me. Marcus's fingers flew through the air, drawing invisible equations. And I knew they were watching, so I built a trap within a trap. Every calculation, every theory I've given them over 30 years, all of it cascading toward this moment. He looked at Eleanor, making direct eye contact for the first time. In approximately 47 seconds, the temporal field will reactivate, but this time, this displacement won't be clean. Alarms began blaring throughout the facility. Holographic displays flickered, showing cascading equations and made the guards shuffle nervously. Stop him! Eleanor shouted, but Marcus was already moving, his 50-year-old body displaying unexpected grace as he pulled Maria toward David. The temporal field will capture anyone within a 6-foot radius, he announced, his voice clinical even as chaos erupted around them. Mom, Dad, hold on to me. Whatever happens, don't let go. David felt the familiar crackle of energy, saw the blue light beginning to form. Eleanor was screaming orders, guards were rushing forward, but everyone seemed to be moving in slow motion. I love you, Maria whispered, her aged hand finding his. Both of you, every single day. The world began to stretch and twist. The last thing David saw before reality fracture was Eleanor's face contorted in rage as she realized that the trap she'd spent 30 years creating had just become her prison. For the second time that day, David Chin fell through time. This time he wasn't alone. Chapter 3. Good evening, good evening. Let me readjust my chair. Oh, I may have to take the towel off. You doing SDA? Ron, my jaw's not really hurting too bad. It's actually right by where the tooth was. I'll take a break here for a second and just sit with y'all. Ugh. Was that chapter 3? Yeah. No, without a doubt, a couple of y'all always fall asleep while I'm reading. Yeah. I see that. Like, finally some peace. Serene, serene. Tingle, 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 tingle. The world reformed around them like shattered glass, reassembling itself. David's grip on Maria's hand tightened as he realized reality stabilized. His body, still 50 years old, just as he'd been when he made the jump forward, felt intact. The tactical team was gone. Eleanor Voss was nowhere to be seen. Only the three of them remained, huddled together in what looked like an abandoned version of the lab. Marcus! Maria's voice shook as she leaned heavily on her cane. Where are we? Marcus's fingers moved in their familiar pattern, calculating. April 16, 2054, tomorrow. I couldn't risk a longer jump with Mom's condition. He looked at David, their faces now reflecting the same 5 decades of life. Though David had been lived 30 years in the past. The field will have scattered Voss and her team across multiple timelines, Marcus said. They won't be able to track us for at least 72 hours. David helped Maria to a nearby chair, his mind racing. You planned this, all of it. Yes. Marcus began pacing, his methodical steps making out precise distances. I was 12 when I solved your equations, 14 when I realized Kronos Industries was watching us, 15 when I began feeding them deliberately flawed calculations. He stopped, his fingers fluttering faster. 20 when you left, that's when I started preparing for today. Maria reached out and caught Marcus's hand, still as her fingers. Tell him, sweetheart. Tell him what you discovered. Marcus turned to David, and for the first time, they truly faced each other as equals. Both 50 years old, both bearing the weight of protecting the family. The time travel equation isn't just about physical displacement, Dad. It's about consciousness, memory, connection. He swallowed hard. Mom's condition, it's not natural. Kronos Industries did something to her to make sure she couldn't warn you, to make sure you would leave. David felt his legs go weak and he sank into a chair. What? They needed you to make the jump. Needed you to prove it was possible, but they also needed my mind, my understanding of temporal mathematics. So they made sure she would start forgetting, give you a reason to go. The temporal calculations don't just move people through time, they can affect how we experience time itself. Memory, aging, consciousness. They've been experimenting with it for decades, using people, trying to control time itself. But they needed both of us, your practical application and my theoretical framework, to make it work. David looked at his wife, a face lined with 30 years he hadn't expected. Then at his son, now his peer in age, if not in the way of thinking. Can it be reversed, what they did to your mother? Hey, Cassie. Tales told in the dark. Tales told in the dark. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up. It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror, it appears no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. Be like this, I'm immortal.
When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
Yeah, sorry. Marcus nodded slowly. That's why I brought us here to this specific point in time. Exactly 6 hours, Chronos Industry will attempt to activate their primary temporal manipulation device, the one they built using my flawed equations. His lips twitched in what might have been a smile. When it fails, it will create a temporal backlash. If we can get your original equipment configured correctly, we can use that backlash to reverse what they did to Mom, and maybe more. More? David asked. The equations suggest. Marcus, stop. His fingers fluttering again. There's a 93.4% chance we could send all of us back to 2024 together if we do it at exactly the right moment. Maria gasped. All of us? But we need to get back into the main Chronos facility where they're keeping the original temporal displacement chamber, the one Dad used. He looked at his father, their eyes level for the first time in their lives. I've spent 30 years planning this, Dad, but I need your help to make it work. David stood, feeling the weight of his 50 years, all lived in the past, unlike his sons. He made his decision. Tell me what you need me to do. Before Marcus could answer, a distant alarm began to sound. Red lights flashed through the abandoned lab's windows. They're already searching for us, Maria said, struggling to her feet. Marcus's fingers flew through their calculations. We have 5 hours, 47 minutes until the temporal backlash begins. We need to be in position before then. David helped Maria up, supporting her weight. And we better get moving together. As they headed for the emergency exit, David glanced at his son. Brilliant, different, now his age peer, and saw not just the boy he'd left behind, but the man who spent 3 decades preparing for his return. They had one chance to make this right, one chance to reclaim their time. Chapter 4. Naughty Nicky, naughty Nicky. Cassie Skunk, Lucy Bob, Blood Dragon. Yes. The service tunnels beneath the Chronos facility smelled of ozone and damp concrete. David supported Maria with one arm while Marcus led them forward. His movements precise as he counted their steps. 342 meters to the primary access point, Marcus whispered. Guards patrol every 7 minutes. Their rotation is coordinated with the building's quantum security grid. He stopped at an intersection, his fingers moving in familiar patterns. Wait. Right on cue, 2 guards passed through the corridor ahead, their footsteps echoing off the concrete walls. David felt Maria trembling against him. Whether from fear or the strain of their escape, he couldn't tell. 30 years of separation. Still, he could read every micro expression on her aged face. Now, Marcus said, moving forward again. We have 6 minutes, 20 seconds until the next patrol. They hurried through the intersection. Footsteps eerily silent thanks to the sound dampening shoes Marcus had prepared for them. David marveled at his son's foresight. 30 years of planning, every detail considered. Temporal manipulation device, David whispered as they moved. Said your equations were flawed. How? I gave them algorithms that looked correct. I built in a cascading error that only becomes apparent at full power when they happen. Marcus, walls. David noticed them as subtle recording devices built into the corridor's infrastructure. Marcus nodded, acknowledging his mother's caution. Even now, they had to be careful what they revealed. They reached a heavy security door. Marcus pulled out an access card that looked worn with age. I've been borrowing this for different personnel for 30 years. Never the same person twice. Never long enough to be missed. Small smile played at his lips. They never noticed the pattern humans rarely do. The door slid open with a soft hiss. Beyond it lay a vast chamber filled with humming equipment. And in the center, David saw something that made his breath catch. His original temporal displacement platform, now modified and augmented with 30 years of technological advancement. They've been trying to recreate your journey without the correct calculations. He trailed off as footsteps echoed from above. They pressed themselves into the shadows as Eleanor Voss's voice carried down from a walkway overhead.
Find them! Shin's return has already destabilized the temporal field. The son's calculations were wrong. Wait, the original chamber. We try to get teams down there now.
Maria clutched David's arm. Marcus. 4 hours, 12 minutes until the temporal backlash. We need to reach the control center. He pointed to a glass enclosed room overlooking the chamber. Mom, the access codes you memorized. I remember them. They're clear, like coordinates in time. The alarm began to sound, its pitch increasing steadily. They're spinning up the device, Marcus said. Earlier than my calculations predicted, human desperation, always the hardest variable to account for. David looked at his son, seeing both the brilliant child he left behind and the methodical man he'd become. Both of them 50. Both carrying the weight of their family's fate. What do you need me to do? The original equations, the ones I corrected when I was 12, do you remember them? Every line. Good, because we're going to need both versions, the original flaws and my corrections. Dad, what I'm about to attempt, the math suggests it's possible, but the human cost. Teams approaching from all access points. Check, check, check. Mother warns them they're coming in. Stay close to me. What's about to happen? Time itself is going to object. They ran for the stairs leading to the control center, alarms blaring around them. David felt something strange in the air, thickness, as if reality itself was beginning to bend. Mom! Codes! Maria stepped to the keypad, her aged hands moving with surprising surety as she input a sequence of numbers. The control room door slid open. Inside, screens flickered with temporal data. Through the glass wall, David could see teams of armed guards flooding into the chamber below. Marcus moved to the central console, his fingers flying over the holographic controls. Dad, the equations, both versions. As David began reciting the complex mathematical formulas, he saw Eleanor Voss appear on the walkway below, looking up at them with a mixture of rage and fear. You don't understand what you're doing. That device is not just about time travel. It's about controlling time itself, power to reshape reality. No, Marcus said quietly. About family, about choices, about making things right. His fingers paused over the final command. And you never understand the most important variable. Which is? Marcus looked at his parents. His father was still 50. His mother, aged by 30 years of waiting. Love, he said, simply, and pressed the button. The world began to crack apart. Time itself started to scream. Chapter 5. Yeah, I think that might be a pretty good worthy for publication, maybe, you know? Oh, God. My whole face starting to feel stuffed up. Jeez, man. Hey, machine head. It's, what is it, 8? I think it's 8 or 9 chapters total. It's like, no, don't stop. Just starting to get good. Izzy remembers when I came up with the idea for this story. And then I got involved with a different novel about, you know, aliens coming to the earth and all kind of neat things evolved from that. I ended up writing a whole novel, like 70 chapters over a few weeks. Well, I tell you, narrating really can push on your diaphragm, kind of like a singer goes through, I guess. Thank you, Lucy, Pink, Izzy. Tingle, 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 tingle. Tingle, tingle. Tingle, 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 tingle. Ska, 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 ska. Ska, 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 ska. Ska, 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 ska. Tingle, 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 tingle. Tingle, 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 tingle.
machine is 6'9".
I'll just sit here and chill for a minute, let my jaw rest. Before they yank that damn tooth out, I swear. What a bitch to get out. Ugh. It's the Insane Reading Show. Isn't that hilarious? Doing the Spidey Bone dance. Test. Trauma. I think I hear something. What's that? I know I heard something. sleep. Walk. What? I knew I heard something. Nobody gonna let me sleep tonight. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sk, sk, sk. Lol, that's me cartooning me. Kitty, 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 kitty. Oh, I feel like I need to do the hot salt water gargle rinse. You know?
say that I'm psychotic, but then you like it like that. It's like every time the conversation changes, and I want you right back, right back. You say that I'm hypnotic, and that I caught you like that. It's like every time I walk into the room, you know you want what I have, I have. Turn it on, turn it off. Can't tell if I love you right back. Moving in, moving on. Turn it on, turn it off. Can't tell if I love you right back, but you love me like that. Light bulb goes off in your head. You say I'm a little odd. I love to make a mess. Guess I'm a little unconventional. Oh, 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 oh. Guess I'm a little unconventional. Oh, 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 oh. Guess I'm a little unconventional. So call it what you wanted, 'cause when I leave you like that, it's like every time I settle down, I turn around and want what I had, I had. I know that it's a gamble to put your heart in my hands, but if you give me just a little time, I'll show you something you never had, never had. Turn it on, turn it off. Can't tell if I love you right back. Moving in, moving on. Turn it on, turn it off. Can't tell if I love you right back, but you love me like that. Light bulb goes off in your head. You say I'm a little odd. I love to make a mess. Guess I'm a little unconventional. Oh, 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 oh. Guess I'm a little unconventional. Oh, 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 oh. Guess I'm a little unconventional. Oh, light bulb goes off in your head. You say I'm a little odd. I love to make a mess. Guess I'm a little.
Check, check.
Light bulb goes off in your head. You
Check, check, check. Okay. Got a different microphone here. I gotta hold it. I'm thinking how this thing works. Off right there. Check, check. Check, check. Check, 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 check. You know what? Y'all give me just a minute. Hang tight. Check, check. Oh, cool. I think I'm back to my regular. I took the cord from the newer microphone, put it on my old one. It worked. Good, good. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds same good. Yeah, I got a new cord in here. I need to readjust all these cords so I don't get them like wire tripped up and tied up in knots. Yeah, I got my power back on my Yeti, so we're good. Show must go on. Heck yeah, awesome. I mean, this other mic is a Samsung Q2U. It's a pretty good mic. So that's good to know. Y'all heard it for a second. I'll have to go back and hear what it sounds like. Probably didn't sound too much different. Make sure that's. Yeah, I ripped the wire out of my cord of the socket part, you know. Lord have mercy. So I'm gonna get that off the side right now. Golly. Crazy. Oh, I need to clean this studio up. I'm back on chicken and rice now. Got a big old pot ready. Let's make sure. Well, this computer picks up these mics like quick when you plug them in. I got this thing crossed over somehow. Shit, what do I do? I'm gonna have to unplug. Hang on one second. Let's see. Shit again. Fuck. I feel like I'm being attacked by cords. Lady Diana. Dirty Diana. Reset. Dirty Diana. Damn, almost been going 2 hours already. Please. You take that technical difficulty thing down. I don't know how much more I got to read, but let's 6, 7, 8, 8. Eight. Oh my God, I got 17 chapters of this written. Are you kidding me? I'm crazy, man. Jesus. And what, we're only on chapter like, what, 6? Let's see something. This can't be. What? Did I write that much? Four. I read that chapter. Reality fractured like a mirror being hit with a hammer. Through the control room's windows, David watched as time itself began to splinter. The armed guards below moved in stuttering patterns, some accelerating until they were blurs, others slowing until they seemed frozen in place. Eleanor Voss screamed, but sound warped, stretching and compressing like a corrupted audio file. Marcus, what's happening to them? Her son's fingers danced across the holographic controls, his expression one of intense concentration. Temporal dissolution. Every person down there is experiencing time at a different rate. He glanced at his father. The original equations, the ones I corrected as a child, they weren't wrong exactly. They were incomplete. You were seeing time as a line, Dad, but it's more like a web, David finished, understanding flooding him as he watched chaos unfold below. Every moment connected to every other moment. Hey, Mark. What's up? Doing a little reading? Yes, Marcus's fingers stilled for a moment. And right now, that web is unraveling. The temporal backlash is happening exactly as I calculated, but amplified by Voss's premature activation. His eyes tracked something only he could see. We have 2 minutes, 17 seconds before total temporal collapse. Collapse? Maria's aged hands trembled. Marcus, you never said. Because you were never tried to stop me, Mom. What they did to you, the temporal manipulation they used to trigger your early symptoms, it wasn't just about making Dad leave. It was a test run. They've been experimenting with time itself, using it as a weapon, aging some people, reversing others, trapping memories in loops. Maria watched her autistic son through the window. Eleanor Voss staggered, her body flickering between different ages, young, old, middle-aged, elderly, all in the space of seconds. The numbers don't lie, Marcus continued. They were going to weaponize it, sell temporal manipulation to the highest bidder, control who ages and who doesn't, who remembers and who forgets. His fingers began moving again and put in a final sequence. I couldn't let that happen, but more than that. He looked at his parents, and for a moment they saw their little boy behind the 50-year-old man's eyes. I couldn't let them keep hurting our family. The temporal displacement chamber below began to pulse with familiar blue light. This time, it wasn't contained to the platform. It spread through the entire facility, washing over everything. Wait. Marcus, not just creating a backlash, you're overloading the entire field. 43 seconds, field will collapse completely. All of Chronic's Industries' research, their weapons, their plans, it will be wiped from history. The temporal manipulation they used on Mom, the experiments they've done on others, none of it will ever have happened. That means everything resets. Well, we'll return to 2024, all of us together. But Dad won't have to make the jump forward because Kronos will never have existed to force our hand. Calculations, David said, his mind racing to keep up with his sons. You weren't just sabotaging their research, you were building to this moment, using their own temporal field against them. Binary code is binary code, Marcus said, all smiles. Time is just math and math. His fingers finally stilled. Math has always been how I show my love. Blue light intensified, becoming almost blinding. Below, they could see Voss and her security teams trying to escape. Time itself had become quicksand, trapping them in moments that stretched and compressed randomly. 10 seconds, Marcus announced. Mom, Dad, hold on to me. And no matter what happens, remember everything I did, every calculation, every plan was to keep our family together, to make time work for us instead of against us. David grabbed his son's hand, his brilliant, different, incredible son, and spent 30 years working out how to save them all. Maria took Marcus's other hand, her grip strong despite her aged fingers. 3, Marcus counted. 2, 1, and the world exploded into light. David felt time pull at him like a tide, trying to tear him in every direction at once. But Marcus's grip was iron, anchoring them together as reality itself came undone. Through the chaos, he heard his son's voice, calm and certain. Follow the numbers, follow the love, follow the... And everything went white. Somewhere in the distance, a clock began to tick. And thank y'all for coming out tonight. Yeah, we about to... Hey, Awaken, how you doing, Misha? Designs by Lucian's mom, welcome. Gulf Coast Granny. Tingle, 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 tingle. Mark could have pirate 38-year-old. Y'all rewind, listen to the story if you want to go back. I think my mouth's about all it can stand. Plus, we had some technical difficulties. Yeah, be careful. My mouth swell up on me. My earbuds are dying. They're not gonna make it. Tingle, 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 tingle. Okay. Yeah, we're about to rock and roll on out of here. Already 2 hours. Start getting back on here regularly. My mouth healing up. I'm Scully Pop, your host, the author that reads to you. I read my novels, other works in the public domain, submissions from people like you. jscullybooks@gmail.com. Yeah, I probably got a date with some hot, warm salt water in my mouth, so oh, the horror. Let's see what I got here.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll still be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll still be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Tingle Brain